Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Billy, the Crafty Floridian. Yes, and it's a hot day. It's a hot, hot day. Well, I got better lighting, so maybe the color will come through. I've got my Floridian moo on with all the little hibiscus all over it, or whatever they are. And I've got some things to show you. And so let's get started. Somebody else says that. I can't remember who does that. I just want to say I'm fine. I'm healthy. No problems. I got a message from the surgeon, the state surgeon, or whatever he's called. Last night, anyone over 65 is under quarantine. In other words, stay your butt home. So, but I've been training for this for a long time. The staying at home stuff. Oh yeah, I'm good at it too, let me tell you. I did a lot of training this staying at home. Ever since I was diagnosed with fibro, I'm not as active as I used to be. So I did go to pick up some groceries this morning. I didn't realize a couple days ago that I was low or didn't have any of Rosie's dry food. So I said, well, I'll go and order a couple things, to make it over $30. So $100 later. So I got that all put away, and anyway, so that's done. So I wanted to tell you guys the process that I know I'm getting a lot of comments on what I should do with the squares that Petra gave me. And her channel is Foxy Creations. Foxy Creations. If you want to go on, I did not know that she was sending me these. I mean, I was completely in surprise. I was blown away. Blown away. And I've been playing with them all weekend. What you have to do is I went through all the squares about 3 times. So that's a lot of squares, right? And then I start separating them by size. Because, one this size and one this size, and you're trying to piece them all together. And there really isn't that many that are exact. So you have to kind of play with it a little bit. So I went through and just to let you know, I made up 3 bags. And I've got stacks of them in my living room now that I'm going to work on. There are some that I am going to save and use as a center square, and then put just plain stuff around it, But all in all, I like using all of her squares. I like them. They're beautiful, and they make gorgeous bags. So I have to separate them by size, and then in one case, in one bag that I made that I'll show you, I ended up making like 4 squares to go on the one side. I did make a bag out of the fruit and the animals. They're all on one bag, and so I had to make some extra squares for that. So before I get to that, so that's the process. And then after that, I have to come up with a complementary color. In other words, you don't want to use a base. If you got a little bit of red, I don't know. I like to use a complementary yarn color that makes it pop. And sometimes I go to my color wheel to see these are the colors. Say that I've got purple. What makes purple pop, and so on and so forth. But normally that's the way I do it. And then I'll decide on one. Now, on one, I use a different color yarn on one side than I did on the other side. And then I used one of those colors to crochet it together. So sometimes you have to fudge it. There might be 1 or 2 stitches off here and there, so you have to do a little playing around with it. And I do that a lot. I have to, because you know, especially when you got spaces and everything, you got it, you know, you have to do it in the same space, you know, crochet whatever you're crocheting twice into that space. So you just have to play with it, and it's, I'm going to say it's an art because it feels very artistic to me, trying to put these squares together. And I even went to my stash and I pulled a few out, and I will show you what I did with those of my other stash that I have. Oh, I've got squares, honey. I got squares. But you got to be careful. You want to just do the best you can to complementary. So I just finished cutting the foam and the lining to those 3 bags. But I didn't want to stop putting them together, but I've got some now stacked up to start putting them together. Now when you get to the larger ones, if you put it as 3, 3, 3, you're going to have a huge bag. So that's not working. So what I'm doing is using 2, 2, 2. Is that the way I'm doing it? No, 2 and 2. And I haven't gotten very far yet, but I'm trying to decide whether I want to put, I like just putting them together. I don't want to take away from the squares by taking and stitching the yarn around the square and then putting it together. I don't like that. It's just my personal preference. So anyway, let me show you, well no, let me show you some of the stuff I've done, because those are on the bottom. Here's my stack here for you to see. First of all, I made some more coin purses. These are my 2 teal ones. One of them, well, you can see the color a little bit better. One is already spoken for. Now I just have to get it ready to ship out tomorrow. So, I think it's this. I think, no, this one. This one I'm going to send her, the pearl one. But and I put a little charm on it that says love. So that one goes there, and then I used one of my stitch markers here, a little apple. See? And then I've got one gold one with gold beads, and then I put this little charm piece here on there. It's a little stitch marker that somebody gave me, but it's got the little tiny lobster, and I don't use those tiny lobster, but I thought they'd be perfect for my this little bag. And I've got 2 greens, sage green. Got this one and this one. And these are some beads off of a bracelet that someone sent me. So I took the beads off of the bracelet and used them on this. It was perfect. So I have 2 sage, and I think I might send one of these to my sister. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, and it's got a little, this has got a little the stitch marker on it. And then this one says love, and that's probably what I'll send my sister, the love there. So if you're interested, email me, and that's them. Finished with those. I still have this tote, and this is not going to be as much as the others because I didn't line it. All I did was put the handles on it and did the, you know, the border and everything. So that wasn't, it didn't take very long, and there was not a lot of material that I had to use on there. So I did use two things of this, what do you call them, skeins of yarn, and then the wooden handles. So I still have that. All right, let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, let me pull this. I got a makeshift ironing board. So I have one of those little ironing boards that Steve gave me, 50 years ago. And I put cloth underneath, and then I put the board on top with and I can move it around. It's on the like the TV tray thing, but it's wooden, and it's one that Linda gave me. So I made a makeshift thing out of it. And I'll show you a couple bags that I have available. Now I'm making some little bags, and I have to show you my little invention. So there's a little llama. This is what a small bag, a little llama bag, and that's the interior. And it's green. It's like Kelly green. Still not coming out pretty green, but anyway, that's the llama bag. And this is all I had of that material, so I said, well, since everybody likes those little bags, I'm going to make a little bag out of it. So that was great. Then I had this little piece of fabric. It's a deck fabric. And I took that and made a little bag out of that. And I put a little stitch marker and a ball on it. And a little colorful little pocket inside to put your tissues or whatever. But yeah, so that's really, I don't think, see where it's coming out blue? That's purple. Purple, or lilac, one of those colors there, okay? And that's a teal up there, blues and teals and purple. I know, I don't know why the color's not coming out pretty, but, and I have this rooster bag I cut out a long time ago, but I never put it together, and this is a large rooster bag, if anybody's interested. The regular size that I normally do. But now I'm venturing out to the little baby ones. Let me see. These two, wait a minute, I don't want to get confused here. Yeah. These two are Laura's. I made her this little, I love my dog. And I even put it orange balls with orange ribbon, and there is orange in here. So this, and I didn't box bottom it. Cheryl and I were talking, because at night sometimes we just work together. She's in Pennsylvania, I'm in Florida, but we sit here and we sew and we talk and we chit chat and we bounce ideas off each other and so on and so forth. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. Drink. So anyway, so this is Laura's. And this is Laura's. This is a little colorful cat. And it's got the little pocket on the side with the purple. So that's Laura's. I got to get that off to her. And let's see. Does this belong to anybody? Let me see. Oh, this is Carol's. Yeah, this is Carol's I Love My Dog bag. And this is a little bag. See? But look at this. I found these little things on Amazon. And what you do is take your ribbon and you put it through the little hole, this little hole right here. That was a bad one to pick, wasn't it? Here, let me get a lighter one so you can see it here. Here we go. So you put the ribbon through this end of your hole and pull it through, and then you put a knot at the end of the ribbon, slip it through, then put your little cap on it, and you have a ribbon stopper. And what you do, basically what I learned, is that you save on your ribbon. So you're not using all your ribbon to tie your knot. So then I put a little ball on it just to give it a little color. So this one belongs to Carol Young. There you go, Karen, Carol, Karen, whoever. And it does have a little pocket. I don't know if you wanted a little pocket or not, but it's got a little pocket. And that's a cute little colorful, I love my cat. Oh, I did order some I Love My Cat fabric because I got a request. So that one is spoken for. Now, this one is a little one of the girls in the swimsuit. And I put those little caps on the end of it with a ball. There. That's the little one. So that is spoken for. And this one's not. This is a large balloon. The balloons. And I use the blue rope. And all of them have stitch markers on them. Or you could use them for whatever you like. wait a minute, there's a string on here. And I did it in the, oh, there's another string. Where'd that string come from? I'm telling you, where did all the, I'm just so, I get so tired of cutting strings. Here. Oh, there we go. I must have cut it and it was, so the balloons, that's a pretty one. Okay. Okay, and these are ones I have cut, and well, the hummingbird, I have hummingbird has been spoken for, but what I did, what did I do with it? Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting confused here. Okay, I had a little bit of the hummingbird material left, so what I did is I went through and I cut. I'm going to make little bags out of the hummingbird. And if the picture came out pretty, if it didn't, if it was, there was one that it wasn't pretty at all, so I cut that up to use as little handles. But I'm going to make a bunch of those, and they will be for sale, and they'll be a little discounted price, you know, if you want one. I've got I love my dog, little one. I'm making one of those. Making the fruity ladies. I'm making a fruity lady ones. 2 large hummingbirds, but they're spoken for. I just haven't sewn them yet. Okay. All right. See, I've been busy. I've been busy, guys. I don't let any grass grow on my feet. Under my feet. I don't let them grow. I don't let grass grow under my feet. Is that the way it goes? Yeah. That's like, used to be that if you wanted somebody to dance with you, it says, come on, let's something about shoe leather. On your shoes, you know. Oh well, anyway, I'll think of it before, but it was just a little saying. All right, let me show you the first one that I put together. Well, yes, it was my first one, I think. And I did the you know, the blocking of it with yellow. This is the first one. That's one side. These are all the same size. And you could see, you know, here's that pretty teal one. And this is all got purple and different colors. And then, now, yeah. And then this is the other one that I put together. This down here is pink. I don't know why it's coming out orange, but this is pink. This is orange, and this is pink. But that's what, I'm sorry that those colors are not, I don't know what it is. Oh well. And this is the lining that I'm using for the, because it's flowery. Flowery. So that's the first one. And then this one was the second one. I'm using the same lining because it's very flowery, whatever that is. It's got flowers on it. But that's the second one. And it's pinks, purples, and greens. So that's the second one. It's got the heart on it. And this is the back side of it. More of the geometrics I put in the corners, as you can see. And I'm using the same lining as I did for the other one. Now here is the one that I really like. Okay. Gotta remember, I gotta put all these together on the sewing machine. Alrighty. Now remember, these are the fruits. And the red and the yellow are ones I made myself to go with this. I got string all over the place. This is yellow. I know it's coming, looks dingy, but it's yellow. Pretty yellow. But those are the fruits. You see those? And I lined it in it's like a lime green. I think it's called lettuce. It's called lettuce. And when I'm doing these, I note that some of the colors that I'm using, I got it right because they blend right in. Now this side is the animals, and the squares that are in the center I pull from my stash, and you'll recognize them. But all right, here we go. There's the little animals, and you recognize the squares that I pulled from another Crochet Sister set that I love to death. But that's all the animal ones, and this is what I'm going to line it with. I really took me a long time to decide what to line it with because of the colors, and I said, well, I just want something that's neutral, but I think it'll work. So now I got to put those all on the machine, get them all done, and I'm going to crochet the handle part first, but at least I've got it all ready to go. So yeah, isn't that fun? Fun, fun, fun. So I made 5 masks that I sent to my cardiologist's office, and I told them that if they wanted more to let me know, and I've got that I got that fabric, the same fabric that's got the little doctor stuff on it, that I can make more for them if they want them. So we got that off. They should get them Monday because I shipped everything on, was it Saturday? No, it wasn't Saturday. It was Friday. So everything was shipped except for these 4 or 5 orders that I've been working on, which I've got one more. One, the fabric hasn't come in, and one is for the hummingbird. So yeah, so everything is done on my little list. So that's good. And what else? I guess that's about it. I'm trying to keep myself very busy and my mind off of stuff because before I forget, I think I showed you before the they reupholstered fabric that I got. Well, I'm going to make up, and they're not going to be it doesn't need any lining or anything, but this is that reupholstery fabric. But I'm just going to sew up a few some bags, blanket bags, or a little smaller than blanket bags, some of them. But I just thought I would share with you these bags. I'm going to flip them zip those babies right out, and I'll just sell them for like 20 bucks, and that includes shipping. So, and it's heavy, so the shipping will probably be $6-7 or something like that. So anyway, so I think it'll be, if you like them. I have some more material like that I'm going to try to put together, but I thought that might be something that you guys might like. And it's, what did I say 20? I wasn't going to do it for 20. What was I going to do it for? 17, I think I came up with. Shipping, yeah, $17. That's what I was. Let me write that down so I won't forget. I knew that I knew that didn't sound right. $17 for the deck blanket, just enough to catch, for my for the shipping and a few of the materials I have to use, because I'm going to use rope. I'm going to use rope for that, so it'll be easier to type to cinch up. So I am going to do that. Let's see. I got a few bags here cut that I haven't done yet. I haven't made yet. I did have this balloon, but I think I'm going to cut this down to 2 small ones. I'll make some more. I got a ladybug cut out to do. I've got 2 of these to make. Oh, and I have the horses. I do have, this is all I have of the horse fabric. So I was going to make one of those. So these have been cut for quite a while. I just haven't gotten around to emptying that tray. Okay, my sweater, my beautiful blue sweater. I've noticed it's on pine crest and everything. I mean, it's been all over the place, but nothing like mine. But anyway, that's still available. I love it. So this, I think that's it, guys. Can't think of any. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm doing a fruity lady little bag, the fruity ladies. That's what I was working on when I stopped last night, because I went in to work on the bags. I think that's it. We're doing great. Trying to think if there's anything else I was going to tell you guys. Oh, the drawing will be for my gift and for the crochet hooks, wherever they are. Listen, I need a maid. I need an administrative assistant and a maid. Oh, here they are. Okay. So if anyone is interested in these hooks, they're all here. Some of them have never been used, especially the small ones. But anyway, some people like them, and they're nice and comfy. And this is exactly what I used before. So if anybody's interested, if you would go to the, not this email, but I think it was the email before, you'll see, you'll find the where I said to put a word in the comment, and then I will pull that word out of the comments, and that will be the winner of this. And also, I'm going to send a little gift to. I look at the what is that called? Studio something another. You go on there and you can go in and you can see how many views or how many comments or what. Last month I did one for comments and one for views. So this time I think I might do the most that has the most view time. And if the view time would whatever is the largest, then you'll get a couple little special gifts from me. And I'm going to do that every month this year. That's my way of giving back to you. You never know what it is. The other two gifts I gave project bags. Billie's bags. Everybody calls them Billie's bags. So that's the BB bags. Billie's bags. BB bags. Sound like a BB shotgun. BB bags. Billie's bags. So that's what I gave last time. I didn't tell you all that, but I'm telling you now because they already received them. Yeah, so, you know, it's fun. It's fun. I told Cheryl the other night, I said, I don't have an exciting project. And then when I got this, and then, oh, well, you know, then I'm on this kick. And I will save some of them, and I will do some pretty plain, not plain, but some colorful stuff to go around some of the squares. In fact, I'm going to use that. I've been using up, I'll use some of this, my stash up and everything. The one color stash, you know, that I know that I'm probably not going to use for something, but I'll make some squares. So that's another project. So I'm just full of projects. I'm just full of it, right? Projects, that is. My family's doing fine. My sister still calls with a wellness check. My brother from North Carolina called for a wellness check, and they're all doing fine except his little dog is sick. So he was very emotional about that. So I guess the rest of the family's doing fine. So we just take it one day at a time. Please be safe. I wore my mask this morning, and I'm not going anywhere except to the drugstore and to pick up groceries when I need them. I probably should have called someone. Cheryl's going to get on me for going out, but Well, you do what you have to do. Um, and those, I think we need to say a special prayer for those that are sick with the flu or whatever. Hopefully, it's a flu and not the virus. But they did announce there've been two Northport coronavirus reported so far, just in Northport, not Sarasota, because Sarasota Memorial had a death. I think he was a playwright or something, Terrence somebody or something Terrence. Anyway, he passed away last week, and he was up in Sarasota Memorial Hospital. He could have been the one that when I was at the doctor's was that was taken there. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know how many fatalities Sarasota County has had. That's where I live, but I do know one and two cases of coronavirus here in Northport. But I think it's kind of coming our way, I think. So we just take one day at a time and stay safe and stay busy. Keep your mind busy. Do something. Play games on the computer, or take a journal out and start writing every day of your journey. Take a journal out and write about your journey on the coronavirus. I could use a Corona right now with a lime. God, that just sounds so good. I used to be a beer drinker when I was younger, and I love Corona. And every now and then I get a Corona with a lime in it, but very rarely. I probably have had one or two in the last 40 years. I know, isn't it terrible? And Cheryl sent me some scrubby yarn because I ran out of scrubby yarn. So she sent me some scrubby yarn to I make the little scrubbies to put in the to wipe off the plates and stuff. And I could use that as an excuse why all my dishes aren't done. It's because I don't have a scrubby. But that would be a cop out, wouldn't it? So I'm not going to. It's just plain. I just hate getting in that water and cleaning and all that stuff. And then I could have used the excuse, well, I didn't have any liquid soap. But then the other day I did get some. So I can't use that excuse. So my little scrubby, no soap. What's another excuse I can use? I do have trouble with standing too long in one place like that. It does hurt. The day that I did do some dishes and dried them and put them away, my legs hurt terrible that night. So, and I have neuropathy and peripheral artery disease, but they hurt so bad. Couldn't sleep. I was up till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, so I need to make some of these this afternoon. So I ran out of excuses. If y'all can come up with any excuses why I don't do my dishes, let me know. And I made a do-rag, and I was going to send it to my friend I went to high school with. You saw a picture of him on Facebook. Last year we went out to lunch. I think we went to dinner. That's right, we went to dinner. And anyway, he's a Harley guy, and so I made a do-rag, and I couldn't get. Thought I got his address wrong, so I left a message for him. He called me back yesterday, and I had the address right. He said, so I'm just putting stamps on it. It wouldn't go through PayPal. So anyway, well, no, now they don't use do-rags. They use these caps, and they're sewn together like a cap with maybe a little bib around here, which keeps the, when you put your helmet on, it keeps, anyway, whatever it does. So he sent me pictures of those on the phone. Looks a little complicated to me. I don't know if I can find a pattern for it or not, but it does look a little complicated. But anyway, I told him I'd send him the do-rag. He could take that if He only had two, and they're reversible, he said. So he gave me a picture of both. One's got like hibiscus or what do you call those pink birds? What do you call those pink birds in Florida? Flamingos. I had a brain fart there for a second. Flamingos on it, and then you turn it over and it has some kind of flowers on it. But he said he was at Daytona Bike Week or whatever it was, like a couple years ago or last year or something like that. And some woman had made them and was the only vendor that was selling them. I guess they have a lot of vendors and stuff there. So he said, these bike weeks, he said, you can make a mint if you make those. Well, hell, there might be more trouble than I'm willing to put into it. I know. It's not being lazy. It's just, I don't know. I got other things to do, but I'll try to make one. I'll make him a couple maybe and send them to him. And then that'll be the end of that. And maybe I could find a pattern on them or something. I don't know what they're called though, but they're huggers. Yeah, huggers. I think that's what they're called maybe. They're huggers. They hug the head, but only like in this part of it. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, my hair's all clean. That's why the gray is shining. It's a shining baby. Now my sister, she's letting her hair grow out, and it's beautiful. Well, she was a towhead, and I was a towhead, but my hair got darker as I got older, and her hair looks like this beautiful platinum color. I asked her, I said, did you put something on your hair? She said, no. She said, more people ask me about it. But she's letting it grow out, and it's the prettiest platinum you've ever seen. It's like she's bleached it and put a beautiful toner on it or something. But no, she won't let me cut her hair anymore. I mean, I cut her hair once, and it was so short. That's when I was new at being a hairdresser. A stylist. I was a stylist for what, 20 some years before I retired and went back to school and started working as an accountant. I know, big jump, huh? Okay, well, that's it. Now you know my process of putting my bags together, and I hope you guys, now when Crystal at Bag O' Day makes her little comb purses, she uses acrylic. Now this is a cord and 2 millimeters if you want to get it. 2 millimeters, and it's Bonnie Craft macrame cord or whatever. I do have some down here that's 4, but boy, let me tell you, I burnt my finger doing this cord. It's real harsh on your hands. So I guess that's why I gave it up some years ago when I used to make a lot of these. But they're fun to make, and I got all kinds of beads and stuff to put on. So I'm going to use all the cord that I have, and these were on a bracelet too, and I cut that bracelet off and used those. Well, it's called recycling. Where you guys been? It's called recycling. And that's what I'm doing. Recycling. And if you get, sometimes these things here, let me see if I've got my, oh man, where's my, I was going to show you how to do this if somebody, I don't see my, wait a minute, is this it? No, it's the phone. Anyway, you could take a pair of pliers and just pinch this a little bit towards where the click is, and that'll make it it'll click for you. If you get some that are loose, try that. Yeah, see, I did it on this one. You can hear it. You got to hear that click. There you go. Okay, everybody, that's it. I'm not going to talk any more about sickness or anything, because that's a depressing thing to talk about. Or death. I'm not going to talk about death, and I'm not going to talk about age, Madonna. We're not talking about age anymore. We're just going to say, keep hooking. Keep working at it. and keep making all the beautiful things. I've been checking out channels. I've been in here sewing, and I put YouTube here on my this thing here, laptop. I couldn't think of the word. What is wrong with my brain today? It's not working. I must be tired, I guess. So that's it. Keep hooking. We'll see you later. I was going to do a live this week, but I just was working. I didn't want to stop. And so I just kept working on until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to download this. Y'all have a great week. I'll see you sometime next week. I will show once I get my handles and stuff on my bags. I'm going to have to order more handles. God, I just don't know how to order the quantity. Well, anyway, I will get that straightened out in my brain. Maybe eventually. Okay, everybody. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Keep hooking.